Hello Nigeria, welcome to Social Media Scoop, where we break down the internet before the internet breaks us. It's live on Kaftan TV, and today's episode is giving big win for Nigeria as Nigeria is securing its global bag, hosting the prestigious award in Nigerian oil and gas, where they honor and celebrate industry giants empowering our economy, to Nigeria topping the global list of top contributors to global GDP growth. That's interesting. The whole world is watching us. And if that's not enough bragging rights for you, our Afrobeat pioneer, the legendary Fela Kuti, is receiving or has received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. This just shows that Nigeria greatness has no expiring date and it is timeless. Today's episode is beyond news. It's about culture, growth, and progress in real time in Nigeria. So stay with me. Let's discuss our top stories side by side. Hello Nigeria, I'm Chioma Ebisi. Welcome to Social Media Scoop on Kaftan TV. Imagine a beautiful world. We're starting with a bit of good news as Nigeria is topping the list of the top 10 countries contributing globally to the GDP growth. A statement report released by IMF stated that Nigeria is to contribute about 1.5% to the real GDP growth globally in 2026. That's very interesting. In another news, Nigeria has hosted the Nigerian Oil and Gas Forum Awards 2026, the third edition. This saw to celebrate industry giants who have contributed to the economic growth of the biggest sector of Nigeria. Trailblazers were honored and excellence was honored. Let's take a look at the event. Okay, I won't be talking about these stories all alone. I have with me in the house a very a very sound political analyst and a journalist, Emeka Opara. Once again, I'm delighted to have you here.
Good morning, Chioma. Thank you for having me as always.
Good morning and happy new month.
Same here.
I can see you're already basking in the love month.
Of course, yes. You know, it's a month of particular concern because this is the month we're having the Valentine's. So I'm all geared up, as you can see.
Are you ready?
I'm telling you. Always ready. You know I can love.
Okay. Please, Emeka, let's begin. So with this economic milestone achieved by Nigeria, topping the ranking among countries of the top 10 contributing to the global GDP of the world. What's your thoughts on this? And what's your thought also about the Nigerian Oil and Gas Award that happened over the weekend? Okay,
so anyway, quite impressive. If we have to begin from the GDP, Nigeria ranking the top 8 or among the top 10 in the GDP. Yeah, so it's quite impressive according to the IMF. But then one way of looking at it is that when you talk about GDP, what does it mean? Gross domestic product, which only captures the, the total value of goods and services produced within a calendar year. Yeah. All right, that's what it is. But then again, one way of also looking at it is the fact that GDP doesn't really capture the, the actual growth among the citizens. It does not really translate to, improve standard of living among the citizens, and that's what is lacking. All right. When there is no tangible benefits when it comes to GDP, then it really does not have any meaningful value or impact to the lives of the average Nigerian. When you go to the street today and ask Nigerians what is GDP, a vast majority of the citizens do not know because there's no direct, relationship between the. So for me, I call it just a paper growth. But of course, it's always good to want to celebrate such news. Is good, but so long as it doesn't really translate to the highest standard of living and it does not show any tangible benefits in the life of the average Nigerian, is just a paper growth for me.
No, irrespective whether it's a paper growth or not, I believe it's a major economic milestone.
It's a major, yes. That, like I said, that's one way of looking at it. But again, Nigerians would like to see an improved standard of living. That's what governance is all about, Chioma.
Okay, so speaking on the Nigerian Oil and Gas Forum Award that was hosted, and trailblazers and industry giants contributing to our growth were recognized and given awards. What's your take?
It's a great event, and more for the fact that I love the fact that you were there, and I'm even. You still owe me, because I don't know why you should be having such a wonderful event and you fail to invite somebody who call your friends. But it's a good one, seeing that we saw key industry players in the oil and gas coming together to celebrate and the awards. A wonderful way of starting the new year.
Yeah, so, and this year's theme was honoring excellence and inspiring impact. So it was
and of course, you know that Nigeria is one of the global, when it comes to oil and gas, we are one of the top producers. At some points, we were, I think, the number 6th in the world. I don't know which number we are now, but such events, bringing people together, is a good way to start the year. If you ask me.
And the energy sector is a vital part of Nigeria's
and
economy.
It's even part of course, when you talk about production, that's the reason why Nigeria is witnessing such impressive growth in the GDP. So these two things go together.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for that. Moving on a sad news, we have reports that popular vocalist Ifunanya, popularly known as Naya Music on her social media handle, has reportedly passed away due to snake bites. We have reports saying that she was taken to 2 hospitals, but they lacked anti-venom medications to administer to her. The 25-year-old sadly lost her life. Let's take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this sad news. Our first reaction on X. Chooks tweeted, Nigerians are blaming hospitals for lacking anti-venom, but our anger should be directed at the government, not hospitals. Even after all this, many hospitals still won't be able to store anti-venom due to lack of electricity. Emeka, this is a very sad one coming for a very young, vibrant, talented star as Ifunanya losing her life.
To say that I'm deeply saddened by the passing of Ifunanya Nwangele is just like, it's an understatement, because this is one beautiful and highly talented vocalist. The first time I stumbled into her page on TikTok and I heard her rendition of the UEFA Champions League anthem, I was almost shivering. This is one talented human being. Then Chioma, in 2026, we are talking about Nigerian hospitals not having an anti-venom. In 2026. Recall that she was taken to 2 different hospitals and none. And apart from the fact that most of these hospitals were even on strike, doctors were on strike.
Yes.
In 2026, and we've come to normalize these things. That's what it saddens me when we see things like this.
I had no idea that people still die from snake
bites. And
of
course, you must have followed the story. You saw somebody actually making a statement that the last time, is it in the UK, that somebody was reported to have died from snake bites in the UK since 1975.
In the 70s.
And now we are here in 2026. Our hospitals do not have anti-snake venom. And it's okay. I don't know where we are going to really, because this is somebody that, if all things have been in place, this young lady will still have been alive. And then we're just here.
Our heart goes to the family, and may her gentle soul continue.
May her gentle soul rest. But I just pray that the government of the day we should learn to wake up. Improved healthcare should never be a luxury.
We've said that countless times.
We keep saying it. And we have, the primary healthcares are almost non-existent. We see governors and whatnot, they'll tell you that they built ultra-modern hospitals here and there. When they even fall sick, you don't see them using these hospitals.
Exactly.
They are basics. Some of these things are basics that we should be able to access. Healthcare should be accessible to everybody.
Yes.
This is 2026. We shouldn't be saying all this. And this is one way when people come out, outsiders come out to say, this is a highly disgraced country, some of us will start flaring up.
It's a sad one, because I saw the video when the snakes were caught.
You understand?
So she was living with snakes in
her house.
Yeah. So let's say, okay, that was a mistake on her part. But when she took herself to the hospital, still yet.
Mistakes are natural phenomena. They happen. But then, is that not why you have a functional government in place? When accidents happen, the system should be able to take care of things. Because as it seems, is that if Nigerians are, little things, tragedies like this just take up.
That are avoidable.
Avoidable, and it's as if there's no presence of government. So what's the essence of governance if citizens cannot access all these healthcare facilities?
We need to value life more.
We need to value life more, seriously.
And our government needs to do better to equip our hospitals better. And one of the major things we face in the health sector as Nigerians is electricity. Because according to that report, that comment we saw, somebody said that hospitals cannot store this
they cannot store it
because of lack of electricity.
Yes.
So
and you know that I also confirmed from my research that the antivenom vial, one shot or one vaccine of it is about 80,000 naira.
Yes.
How many Nigerians can afford that? But let's even leave that aside.
What is even our...
the minimum wage of Nigeria is 70,000 naira. So one vial is 80,000 naira. How many Nigerians can afford it? But even though we cannot even afford it, let it be available. Let it be available.
Thank you so much for that. We are moving on to the east now in Onitsha as the sit-at-home tension tightens as IPOB has issued fresh warnings telling residents to adhere to the Monday sit-at-home. We recall that the governor Soludo threatened to shut down the Onitsha main market if traders do not open on Monday. This has sparked a lot of debates online, with some criticizing his move and some saying that it is a good one. Let's take reaction. Our first reaction, Dara commented, "No provision for their security whatsoever, just forcing them to come out. If there are any casualties, it will be on your head." That's referring to the governor. Furthermore, in other news relating to the East, Honorable George Ozodinobi calls for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu. He stated, if terrorists can take entire town at will, kill women, children, and now capture a brigadier general, then what is sovereign about Nigeria? He went further to plead with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu. Emeka, so looking at this report of Soludo saying that he will demolish Onitsha main market and turn it to schools if traders do not adhere to his demands of opening shops on Monday. And some Nigerians are saying, are you assuring them of security if they open their shops? And also, just two things. So I'm putting them together. Honorable George calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. What's your take on this?
I believe that I quite agree with the Honorable Ozodinobi that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, because that's one way of, solving all these issues of maybe to help reduce the agitation, kind of. And because I listened to him on the floor, he was saying that they're actually making a demand that he should be released and not pleading. Okay. And I believe that all the Southeast lawmakers, the governors, they should be able to come together in one voice, speak with one voice, and demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Because if you see, over there in the north, you see all these, the terrorists, people that are involved in killing, they are all over there roaming the streets and they are enjoying freedom. So what's the case of...
And some even sympathize with them.
They are, meeting governors and having peace deals here and there. And that's really uncalled for. But then for Professor Soludo, I think he's not going about this thing the right way. Yes, because if you can ensure the security of lives and property, I'm telling you, Anambrians are business-minded people.
Yes, they are.
They are not government workers. They own businesses and
they are not government workers.
They are not government workers. Every businessman wants to go to his place of work every day to make sales. Nobody is really happy about the sit at home. So if the government can ensure that there's security, if they go out, of course they'll come out. That's just it.
And you know, when I see a governor making such statement, and I ask, what has he even provided in terms of employment for the youth? Do you know the amount of labor that Onitsha main market creates for people, the job they create for young men and young women?
Onitsha market is,
and you just want to pull them out of there?
It's not just for Nigeria. People come from all over Africa to trade in Onitsha. And he should also remember that this is a market that has been in existence, probably even before he was born. So you should always respect
and generating a lot of revenue.
Generating a lot of revenue for the governments of the day. Then you are coming out to say you demolish it. Sometimes some of these political office holders, they talk as if they are going to be in positions of authority forever. And it's sad. And these are one thing you should know as a governor. You were elected into office by these same people you are threatening. So how do we even reconcile that? He should do better. And again, I heard you talking about does it mean the IPOB now have a faction? Because the last time I remember, IPOB said they were not in support of the sit-at-home. And even Nnamdi Kanu, through his lawyer at some point, said that he's not in support of the sit-at-home. So which IPOB is coming out now to say that the people should sit at home? Well, for me, the 1 week shutdown of the Onitsha market has elapsed over this past week. So we're looking forward to Monday to see if the market will reopen.
Today?
So that the market will open, then let the governor do what he's supposed to do as the governor. Being a governor of a state is not just about answering the name of your excellency. Let it be show workings.
And secure their lives.
And secure their lives. It's as simple as that.
Thank
and then
so
if
much.
anybody is not able to do this, I think you should exit. Because there are more serious-minded people who want to contribute their little quarter to the growth of the society or the state, as the case may be.
Thank you so much for your opinions. Moving on, the Sharia Council has stated some controversial statements saying that Muslims will not take an election conducted by the new INEC chairman, Abu Putan. They allege that he wrote some things that they say are fabricated over his write-up about an alleged Christian genocide. This has sparked a lot of reactions online. Furthermore, court has said that they will be releasing the passport of former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, to travel to Mecca to observe his prayers. This too has also sparked a lot of reactions online. But let's take reactions to the Sharia Council stating that they do not want the INEC chairman to conduct the election. Our first reaction on X, the person said, the INEC chairman has right to his personal opinions as a citizen of Nigeria, as long as it is what's done constitutionally. Extremist Muslims hate the relative peace in the country and perhaps want chaos. Keep pushing your luck, people, and soonest we may just have to separate the country. A very strong reaction there. A final reaction on that story by Honorable Nuhu Sada. He said, leaders, we must uphold justice and peace, engaging constructively while advocating for transparency and accountability in all elections. In reaction to the court stating that they're releasing the passport of former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, who is currently facing charges of the AFCC. Our reaction by Black River said, foolish lawmakers, is that what you call law? Nigerian lawmakers are just spoiling the law. Nigeria will never achieve anything with these people as lawmakers. Emeka, you've seen the story. Yahaya Bello is allegedly his passport is going to be released for him to attend Mecca to pray. I don't know whether he wants to go and pray concerning the 19 charges by the EFCC, and also what the Sharia Council is also talking about the INEC chairman. Very quickly, what are your thoughts? I'm
very, very tired. I'm tired of the whole filibustering antics of the Nigerian legal system. The fact that we keep playing hide and seek and making entertainment. What do you mean? You are telling me about you have to grant somebody, a man that was accused by the EFCC of misappropriation to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. Yeah? And then you are giving him what? Pass to
permission to travel.
Why?
He said he hasn't traveled for over 4 years.
He has never gone for.
No, he has not traveled for pilgrimage.
He has never gone for pilgrimage before.
He has probably gone.
And so this is extremely important. He has to go. Is it for the benefits of Nigeria that Yahaya Bello has to go for that pilgrimage?
Yeah, but he has every right to.
This is somebody is under investigation. Okay, now you want to tell me? Let's assume it's a Mecca that is in this situation. And then I'll come out today and tell the court that I want to go to Israel for pilgrimage, and I'll be granted.
That'll be Jerusalem.
To Jerusalem, and I'll be granted. That's because the Nigerian society is not a laughing stock. That's why what we have is, if you read the book Animal Farm by George Orwell, where they say all animals are equal and some are more equal than the others. And Yahaya Bello is enjoying all this. I will keep saying it because he's still a member of the APC. And they are preparing him. And this is how they'll be doing it, all this hanky-panky game, until it's time for election and you run and go to the Senate to enjoy immunity. So all this is a laughing stock. We should be mindful of the things we do that does not portray us positively in the eyes of the international community. And that's why a president of the United States can come out and say, that now disgraced country. So that's it.
So what about the Sharia Council stating that they will not accept any election conducted by Amoputam based on allegations of what
they will not accept it in what capacity? Are they also running for election? As far as I'm concerned, Professor Joash Amoputam is, as he, in that article, expressed his own opinion. So whether it's right or wrong, that's left for him. He has the right to freedom of expression. It's still well entrenched in the Nigerian Constitution. No citizen can deprive another citizens of such rights. So I think it's just...
And at the end of the day, what Nigerians just want is a free, fair election, irrespective of who the INEC chairman is.
I believe that's another topic for another day. We can spend the whole day, but if to tell you that I'm positive or confident of any of this INEC without electoral reform to give us a free and fair election, it's 2027, which is next year. Let's hope and believe.
Months away.
Yeah, let's just try and hope that they can sit up and do the right thing.
Okay, Nigeria, let's go on a short break. When we'll come back, we will be talking about the FCT minister and also our legendary Fela Kuti. Are you looking for your next unforgettable adventure? At Fly There Travel and Tours, we'll make travel dreams a reality. Whether it's a tropical getaway, a cultural city escape, or for business, study, or relocation, we handle your flights, your hotels, your visa process, and your custom itineraries so you can focus on your journey. So join thousands of happy travelers who've explored the world with us. Fly There Travel and Tours, your reliable travel partner.
We are located at Block G Suite 9, Sky Memorial Plaza, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja. Our office contact 08060112613, and to get us on email, flytheretravelsandtours@gmail.com.
Make your travel dreams a reality. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is still Social Media Scope live on Kaftan TV, and I'm Chioma ABC. We're taking Nyesom Wike's story, as Nyesom Wike has told FCTA workers that he won't be able to pay their salaries. If he does that, how will he be able to execute road projects and buy vehicles? Let's take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this statement. Our first reaction, Ken on X tweeted, "This country is not real, so being patriotic is fortifying my salary so politicians can buy cars. This man should be thrown out of office for this single statement." A final reaction on that, someone said this is corruption at the highest order. Emeka, some Nigerians keep on saying that every worker deserves their wages. What do you think by this statement by FCT minister?
Utterly disgusting. That's coming from, I think Barrister Wike should be mindful of the things they say.
You know, sometimes when he speaks, you forget that he's even a barrister.
We're not all born yesterday, please. What is it? Is he the first minister ever to have been a minister of the FCT? We saw the likes of El-Rufai and what they all did this, and when they were doing all these things, they were paying their workers. So what is it telling anybody? I don't understand. You cannot pay salary. Is
there no allocation for projects and for the salaries of
this is a man. He's still enjoying. Is he not receiving a salary? Is he not, living his, luxury lifestyles? This is a man that keeps building houses for judges. Are those parts
buying Rolls Royce and Maybach?
Are those parts of the projects he's talking about? Please, I don't want to hear that. He should do better. And please, if he knows he has nothing to say, for Christ's sake, he should just try to be quiet, because I don't see how you even want to make sense that
and so telling them to be patriotic.
What is patriotism? You cannot enforce patriotism on anybody. A worker, a laborer is worthy of his pay. It's as simple as that. It should never be debated. It should never be debated. I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, moving on to a now viral video of a young child participating in marriage rights with a full-grown adult. Let's take a look at the video. Okay, that's the video that has caused a lot of uproar and debates online, with some saying that this is part of their faith and is acceptable, and some saying that this is pedophile activities going on. We have our first reaction here. Rich Mario stated, the fact that grown adults can stand around and celebrate a child being forced into marriage with an old man is demonic. Where are the authorities? Why aren't these people in handcuffs yet? I'm confused how sensitive this issue is, but everyone keeps looking away. Another reaction said, I saw this video yesterday and I couldn't bring myself to say anything about it. She's still a child and very certain she hasn't had her first menstrual cycle, and yet she's being married off. This is crazy. So Emeka, we've seen a lot of reactions about this trending video all over social media platform. I'm sorry you've seen the video. You've seen the young girl, you know, dance and, you know, being doing marriage rites with a full grown-up man. You know, and some people say that if you want to take it from the angle of religion, you don't really see the northern elites or the Muslim elites doing such a thing openly, giving out their very young children. We tend to see that they allow their daughters to grow older before they, not so old, but at least a little bit matured, 18, the legal age, before they go into marriages. Do you think that the girl child is being restricted in Nigeria?
I saw that video. It was a cringe-worthy video. I couldn't even look at it. We're talking about that.
She looks like 6, 7?
6, 7. So for marriage, it's against her wish. What you saw her dancing, she doesn't even know what she's dancing about.
She doesn't even know what's going on.
I'm telling you, marriage is a sacred institution, and of course, it's enjoyable. Even for adults, marriage is not easy.
It's not easy.
Not to talk of a child that cannot even differentiate her right from her left. For me, if you ask me, those people involved should be arrested. I don't want to know if it's about. I have some Muslim friends who will tell you that this child marriage thing is not really an Islamic thing. But then maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Whether it's culture, which culture of Nigeria supports this? I feel that little girl there was being abused. And the man in question should be ashamed of himself, because there are lots of people who want to get married. Please, at least, get married to an individual that is fully developed, that can differentiate between right and wrong.
And has their front lobe developed at least.
And they can be in marriage, and I don't know. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. I don't want to believe that the Islam that I know and I've read about, is in support of getting married, you know, of marriage involving such. That is a minor. It's purely a minor.
Okay. All right. So we'll follow that story as it unfolds and see what happens, and make sure the appropriate authorities come to the aid of that girl and investigate what's really going on.
Because for me, that little girl should be in school, be in her parents' house.
Okay. On a lighter note, we are celebrating our Afrobeat pioneer, the legendary Fela Anikulapo Kuti, as he has received a Lifetime Grammy Achievement Award. And this just shows that the greatness of Africa is timeless and has no expiry date. This is a very big win and celebration for Afrobeats and Africa and Nigeria at large. Emeka?
For me, if you ask me, it's a big win for Grammy. That's Fela Anikulapo, because it's Fela Anikulapo.
I like that, Emeka. I love that.
It's an institution. This is, even in death, Fela Anikulapo is now placing the Grammy on a global stage. So because he's an institution, he's an individual of legendary status. He's not just a musician, a human rights activist. He fought. We cannot exhaust everything that Fela represented.
I'm a big fan of Fela. Fela existed at a time where there was no internet, there was no phones, but he still was global and sent strong messages through his music.
Why I would like to congratulate him, I also want to believe that the Grammy it has no validation on the individual that is Fela Anikulapo. And I also like to see a day when Africans will stop, you know, glorifying this Grammy as if it's the end thing. There was a time in Africa when the Kora Award was a big thing. We should stop this dependency on every time we're running to Grammy. Africa should be grown enough to have its own award. That should be able to.
I think we have the Headies.
The Headies is a Nigerian thing, Shoma. I'm talking about
it is an African thing.
Is it? But there was a time, there was a Kora. Kora was huge. Kora was, like the center, were bringing the lives of a lot of these great musicians of old together. And it was quite huge. If we had sustained that, by now, the Kora would have been competing, competing with the Grammys.
All right, that's a
but
good one.
All the same,
speaking on entertainment, briefly, I just want us to take this story. Nollywood actress Mercy Johnson has arrested another Nollywood actress, Angela Okori, over alleged cyber bullying.
Is it content or is it real?
It's real. It's real. She was remanded from Lagos. She was flew into Abuja and remanded in Suleja prison.
Okay. Anyway, we'll just follow the story because I don't. These two people are supposed to be colleagues. There should be love amongst them. So what could have been the issue there?
Well, it's alleged cyberbullying because in the past Angela has taken to her social media to say a lot of unprintable things about Mercy Johnson. And you know that Angela, she's quite a vocal and vociferous individual. So let's follow the story and see how it all pans out. All right, thank you so much for your time, Emeka.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for your strong opinion.
You're welcome.
It's always a pleasure having you here.
Same here. Thank you for having me.
And enjoy your Valentine with your girlfriend.
I'm telling you all the time.
Thank you so much, Emeka. That's all the time permitted for us on Social Media Scope. I still remain Chioma ABC. Thank you to my production team. But I might add, the opinions of our guests and the opinions we get online are solely their opinions and not influenced by Social Media Scope or Kaftan TV. I still remain your host, Chioma ABC, and thank you for doing TV with me. I'll see you next time.